slaughter Lord, alright?
What does it mean, slaughter Lord?
Slaughter basically means the laws of slaughter. It doesn't mean killing off God. A lot of people have got the wrong idea about our heavy metal. We play very fast heavy metal, but basically it doesn't mean we're killing off God. It means laws of slaughter, the laws that come with the knife on their horseback and take the heads of those who disbelieve in heavy metal.
The Evil's image sort of sells the records and that. Like you want to get into it sort of thing.
Why these evil images?
Well, it's rebellion sort of thing. Your parents say, you know, Jesus Christ and all that. So you do the opposite, get into the devil and act rough and tough and all that.
Well, are you really into the devil?
Nah, not really, sort of.
Sort of.
You believe in him and that. It's about all the same as Jesus.
So are any heavy metal people into Satan's stuff?
No, it's just a few people, you know. Just some people, you know. Some people take it too serious, you know.
Well, what about the bands? Are any of them really into sort of black magic stuff?
Yeah, look at King Diamond and Merciful Fate, those sort of bands. On his stage, he's got nuns that explode. And he's got babies, and he sacrificed them full of pig's blood. Pig's blood and babies, and he sacrificed them and comes out in a wheelchair and straitjacket and all that.
What does something like this mean?
Total death. Venom, beautiful band.
What does the picture mean?
Just a cash in. Yeah? It's nothing. A band goes on stage, they got an image to work on, and they use that, and that is mega heavy, and that's what people like. That's all we're getting.
We're writing against the destruction of mankind. We're writing against what is happening to mankind at the moment. We're saying, why the hell are we killing each other? Because basically, it says in Revelations, what's going to happen in the end, we can't reject, it's going to happen. Satan's armies are going to come down, and they're going to wipe us out. Those that turn around and run, whang, they're gone. Basically, headbangers aren't Satanists.
I mean, everybody has seen a Hammer horror movie with Christopher Lee, and it's exactly the same thing. Yeah, people do not badmouth Christopher Lee for doing a Dracula movie. So what's the difference with badmouthing Iron Maiden for having an image that is slightly evil-looking? The thing is, it's not evil. The thing is, it's powerful, and that's what it is. Heavy metal, hard rock, power rock, what anybody wants to call it, is powerful and overriding above everything else. It's the enjoyment factor, that's what it is.
A lot of men seem to be involved in heavy metal. Is it just for men or is it for women as well?
Women if they want, but they just don't seem to get into it. They haven't got balls, you know. No, I don't know, women just... I know heaps of women into it, not as much as blokes.
Women don't seem to get into this field of music for some reason. It's very sexist. It's very male-orientated music. Girls would love bands like Bon Jovi, you know, and there's TKO and TNT. There's just so many great bands, but they never get to hear them, so they're never into it. Plus, it's heavy. I think girls like relaxing music. Only speaking to some girls. Other girls are into thrash metal. There's not many of them, but they're out there.
A lot of the album covers have fairly sexist images of women on them. What do you think of that?
Oh, it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's into both of us, male and female, and that's just the way it goes. I'm not sort of sexist towards the men being on it or the women. I think it's even. Equal rights is the way it is. So it doesn't bother me.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
What do you think about...
see a bloke there in stockings, do you?
What do you think about why are they into those kind of images of women on the album covers?
I know, a lot of the bands I'm into aren't. I'm not into all metal, just thrash metal, man. And they're not into women, really. More into heavier things than women.
What are the heavier things?
I don't know.
So I tell all them chicks to start getting into it, because the more women in metal, the better. You know, the more people we get, the more fun you can have at gigs and that, and the more bands there's going to be. So that's the only sort of way we're going to progress.
Like women are into it. Women are into it.
Not so many.
That's all it, yeah, look, this guy.
Why do you reckon there aren't so many women into heavy metal? But there are more guys into it than women.
Oh, most women are wimps.
You're not a wimp.
No. Headbanger.
The women, my wife's a headbanger, mate. She is.
What?
My wife's a headbanger. She's into fast music like I am, you know? I've got a daughter. I'm a married man. Look at that. Dig the ring, all right? Not a Lord. He's married. We are married. You know, it's all happening here. We're married, you know? It doesn't mean anything. Ladies get into it. But basically, a lot of girls don't get to the right levels of heavy metal.
I had no idea. I discussed this with a lot of people, and I just don't know why. There's so many, I guess it seems to be a male thing. You know, I had no idea. I don't know if that makes me more masculine because I like it, or what, but there's very few girls that seem to like it.
A lot of women are false. A lot of women pretend to be into it. It's not like that. Guys, a lot of the guys that I don't see, Tony, playing everybody else, a lot of the guys from Small Lord and Mortal Sin, they're possessed by the music. They don't get into it to look tough, to pick up cheerleaders. They're into it because they're possessed by the music.
Would you say that heavy metal, at least the way you practice it, is a sort of macho thing?
Oh, yeah! It's got to be. Right there for the women. And I was walking past, I thought, oh, you take it, it's just J going about them at the time, and I saw a camera in here. So I thought I'd come and see what was going on. There's all these long-haired people about the place.
What do you think of heavy metal?
It's not really my taste.
Do you feel out of place in a shop like this when you're in a suit and everyone else is in long hair and heavy metal t-shirts?
Not really, no. As long as they don't feel out of place, I'm quite comfortable.
Can you explain why you wear sort of spider tights on stage?
Because he's Spider-Man. He's got the legs. I've got legs for it. I've just got the formation for it.
Beautiful. But do people react to what you wear?
My sister does, because they're her tights.
Why do you need long hair? Why is heavy metal into long hair?
Well, if you look at most of the album covers, most of the lyrics, and it's basically about barbarian type subjects and, you know, demons and all that, and long hair just fits in with that. It's just a primal sort of instinct. They take one look at you, you know, your leather jackets, your studs, your patches, your denims, you know, so they write you off as wild hoodlums and this when, you know, it's just, we don't hassle no one. I mean, and with the girls, you know, people think they're a bit low or something, but it's just judging a book by its cover. You don't know the person.
You can't do anything right, can you? Whatever you do is wrong because you've got long hair and you look like you're being evil. When you're not, you're having a bloody good time, and that's what counts.
Why are you into it? Do you feel rebellious or something?
Yeah, I do. I hate the system. This is our cry to the whole system.
When people think of heavy metal, they think of, you know, destruction, you know, riots and everything. But, I mean, I've been to a lot of discos and that. You see a lot of trees getting into fights and that.
I remember we were staying at a hotel. There was a heavy metal show in Melbourne, and the people in that audience were really, they're very nice people. You know, there was a real sense of camaraderie or whatever.
Yeah. To do with releasing aggression.
Yeah, inside your own self, not releasing aggression on the person standing next to you, but releasing out aggression on yourself. And just getting yourself in a high frenzied state that you just love it. You just, I don't know, you just wring your body till it bleeds, you know?
I think that, you know, people sort of come along and it's probably like wrestling or something. They just like to let themselves go when they, you know, go to a concert or something, because in their jobs and stuff, or just in everyday life, you know, you have to go through life and everything, and you feel like you get ripped off here and you get ripped off there, and sometimes you just feel like giving the guy behind the counter, you know. a punch in the mouth.
But do you think that that kind of music actually gets rid of it, or does it promote violence?
I don't know, you'd have to ask a professor about that.
We have two jobs. We're there for the people that like the music, and we're there for the people that don't like going out and stealing cars and smashing windows and breaking into houses. We're there for those people to come there and let all their aggression out on stage so they all go home to a good night's sleep.
You go and see a really energetic band and you jump up and down and stuff, I suppose, you know, you don't feel like punching going out as much. Maybe you'll get out to Niagara or something, I don't know. But then again, a lot of people reckon, you know, that kind of music sort of makes people get aggro, you know?
What do you reckon?
I reckon it's a bit of both, Phil's Spirit.
They look tough, but they're not tough. No. I mean, they probably are tough, but it's just the look. It's just the look. It's just the look. It's just the look. Yeah, they're all pussycats. We're all pussycats. Come to a heavy metal gig.
New wave comes in, new wave goes out. Punk comes in, punk goes out, but always heavy metal is always there.
In Bali, me teeth. In Bali, they've got, the only time they have a robbery is when they have rainfall. And, you know, the Bali punters can't get out and sell their wares, you know. And they can't, you know, like flog and sell their wares and make out and sort of exist and survive. And then there's robbery. And I think that's what robbery is, because there's some individuals are depreciated of some facet, that's when they rob. But ultimately, I'm sure that they come to their senses and realise that there's too much feedback for this kind of wrong carrying on, and they straighten out. If they don't, well, I think